Hey, excuse me. I saw you over here looking very peaceful reading. I thought you were very cute.
Thanks.
Yeah. What's your name?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What are you reading? Okay. Very cool.
So it's probably hard to tell if this girl actually likes me. Based on this interaction, if you're like I used to be, you probably have no clue on if this interaction is going to lead to a phone number. This girl seems neutral, seems like she's not having that much fun. She's not being super bubbly, touching her hair, smiling, giggling at everything I say. But let's find out what happens.
I'm getting steps in before therapy session. It's going to be an interesting afternoon.
Nice.
Yeah. I got a lot of work done earlier today, and so I'm just chilling right now. I like your cup.
Thanks.
It's very like random colors, I feel like. In a good way
I
though.
like orange.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Orange purple girl? Yeah, it's very exciting. Well, I'll let you get back to reading. Do you have like Instagram or?
I do. Reading it, and I haven't read it since fifth grade.
I actually ended up going on a date with this girl. And for a lot of you guys watching this video, it's probably not obvious why that is. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 very subtle signs that women will give you that they are attracted to you. And most guys will get these signals from girls that the girl is very interested, especially when you're talking to girls that are more shy, girls that are more reserved initially. Women will always tell you if they're attracted to you. And beyond touching your arm and being super flirty, a lot of guys are pretty blind to a lot of these signs. So the first and most important sign that she likes you, and this is probably the most invisible to a lot of guys, is that she's still standing there. If you are talking to a girl, especially like in the clip I just showed you where I'm talking to this girl on the street where she could walk away, she could say she's busy, she could do anything in that moment, her staying there tells me in my mind that she is actually interested, that she is open to the idea of getting to know me, talking to me, and at least having the conversation. And what a lot of guys don't understand is that sometimes attraction is not going to be very obvious. A lot of girls are not going to show you right away, especially because you just approached her on the street. She has this firewall response that's going to come up naturally. Especially if you're nervous, she might be more closed off. And so she might be interested, she might be intrigued, and she might be attracted, but she's not going to know for sure if she likes you. So she's going to give you these more neutral signs. So the next time you approach, remember that if she's still standing here and I'm not hovering over her, I'm not following her, I'm just standing my ground, and she stays here and talks to me, that's a very good sign that she likes you. And you should assume that in how you talk to her. You should have a flirty and bold delivery in your conversation because she's standing there and talking to you. And the more you can flirt, the more you can have fun and tease, like I talk about in my video on teasing. The more you can do that, the better off you're going to be, and the more she's going to open up, and the more obvious it's going to be that she likes you. But a lot of guys don't ever push through this resistance, and they're like, oh, well, the girl's just kind of standing there. She's not telling me I'm attractive. She's not showing a ton of interest. And so it's not very easy to sit in that discomfort and just kind of fucking chill out in the interaction. But that is exactly what you need to do. Not so obvious sign number 2 that she likes you is she gives you layups. The female equivalent to game, and I wish someone explained this to me sooner, is her making it easy for you to flirt with her. What this looks like is her saying things like, I'm not busy this weekend. I'm totally wide open. I'm free. Or even having strong emotional reactions to whatever you say. So if you give a tease and she laughs really hard, or she giggles, or she breaks eye contact and smiles like she's getting nervous, that is a sign that she's interested in you. Now, the problem is that most guys never reach this point because they are too reactive. You sit in the interaction and everything you say, she goes, oh, I'm a nurse. Oh, cool. Oh, I go to school. Oh, cool. Awesome. Oh, do you go to the gym? Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. And you never have an actual opinion when you're talking to the girl. The best way to get a real, true emotional reaction from a girl that you approach is by having actual opinions. I talk about this all the time on the channel, but if you're not able to express your opinion and be honest about what you think, you're kind of fucked. I use the sushi example all the time. It's like if she says she likes sushi and you go, oh, I fucking hate sushi, that's way better than, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really that much of a fan of sushi, but like, I see why you like it, right? It's not having a fucking opinion. It's not having a backbone. You need to be able to tease the girl as if she's your little sister. For those of you guys that have a little sister, that is probably the best advice you've ever heard on dating ever. So like write that down and go out and start teasing girls like they're your little sister. Another not so obvious sign is if you approach a girl and her friend comes up to her and she sticks around after, kind of going along with if she's still there, she's into you. that is a really good sign, because 90% of the time a girl's friend will come up trying to save her. And if the girl wants to stay, she will stick in the interaction. She will not make excuses. And if she's not sticking around in the interaction, you probably could have built more value. You probably could have spiked emotions more and had more fun in the interaction, and at least reached the social hook point where she felt like she wanted to keep talking to you. The last sign that she likes you often comes off like it's a negative reaction from the girl, but it's when she shit tests you. And this will only happen when you have strong opinions, when you're not afraid to offend her, and you do things like curse in the interaction. An example would be if I curse a lot in the interaction, I say fuck or shit a few times, and she says, wow, you curse a lot. Being able to say, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and make a joke out of it, make light of the situation, and just fucking relax and chill out and not react to what she said. That is how you pass a shit test. But the reason that the girl shit tested you in that situation, the reason that girls shit test is because they think you are confident. You're coming off confident. You approach her on the street. You're coming out of nowhere to start a conversation with her. And that is going to tell her, oh, this guy's confident. I better test it as a safety mechanism to make sure he's actually cool, to make sure he's actually attractive. Now in this video, I'm going to give you a ton of signs that women like you, from the least obvious to more obvious. And you're going to want to make sure you stay till the end, because a lot of these, when you put them all together, you're going to realize that girls are actually a lot more interested, especially when you approach in a bold and confident way, than you ever thought they were before. The next group of signals are physical cues that the girl is attracted to you. So there's the obvious ones that every guy talks about that doesn't know anything about women, like, playing with her hair, adjusting her makeup, adjusting her appearance, things like that, adjusting her clothes, those types of things to make herself look better in front of you. That stuff's pretty obvious. But there's some other ones, like making deep eye contact. And you're only going to know this if you're making eye contact with the girl. If you make eye contact with her and you're holding eye contact the whole time you're talking and she's looking deep into your eyes, that's a very good sign. Another sign that is physical that a lot of guys don't pay attention to is if she's standing, and especially if you approach her while she's walking, and she crosses her feet like this, it means that she's not planning on leaving. She's not planning on walking away. And if she was trying to leave, she would have a more ready stance, a stance that's more ready to walk away, or she would be turned away from you, talking to you like this. But if she's standing here, facing you, crossed legs like that, it's a very good sign. Another sign is literally if she faces her pelvis towards you. Like if she's facing her whole body towards you and she's squared up to you, that is a very good sign. And you want to match that by squaring up to her as well. Even if the conversation is very platonic, but if you have a very flirty vibe and you square up and you have a good proximity to the girl, you can create tons of sexual tension just by doing this by itself. So I've given you a lot that you can look for in your interactions with women. But the biggest problem is that guys rationalize these signs all the time and they frame them in a negative way. Well, she was probably just smiling or laughing at my jokes because she was being nice. She was probably just being friendly. And that is a massive problem. One, when you assume all of these reactions or all of these signs are neutral or negative, or they have a reason for it besides the fact that she's attracted to you, you're going to play the interaction a lot safer. You're not going to flirt with her. You're not going to escalate and try to make the conversation more fun and flirty. You're not going to have that kind of flirty vibe, and you're not going to be able to maintain that, which in the course of an interaction, maintaining confidence is a lot more important than having the perfect first 30 seconds of an interaction. If you can have a 5-minute interaction where you're very confident, you're very relaxed, and you might make a couple mistakes, but you can laugh them off and move on as if they didn't even matter, that is so much more powerful. And having this mindset of, oh, she probably doesn't like me, she probably has a boyfriend, she's probably not interested, that makes it so much harder to maintain that frame throughout the interaction. And I talk about this all the fucking time. But if you assume attraction, it makes it so much easier to play into the cocky, bold, funny, assertive side of your personality, especially if you're a guy that's been a nice guy your whole life. This is one of the first things that I have to help my clients with, get them to a point where they can be flirty, they can own their sexuality, they can own the fact that, hey, it's okay to be sexually attracted to a woman that you meet on the street. It's okay. You don't have to act creepy about it. There's plenty of ways to respectfully be very attracted and sexually interested in a girl that you meet on the street, without over-sexualizing her, without making her feel weird, without making her feel very objectified. And there's also ways to do it while being authentic, while being authentically yourself. I would say that you're not being fucking authentic when you go up to her and you act like you want to know what the fucking time is. You don't want to know what the time is. You want to go on a date with her. You think she's hot. You think she's attractive. And by owning these things and reading all of these signs in the proper way, or at least assuming that they're good until proven otherwise, then you are putting yourself in the best position to lead and move the interaction forward. And your phone numbers will be so much more solid, because I know all these guys that go out, they get phone numbers, they don't go anywhere, they don't end up on a date with the girl. And the reason is because you never make a real, authentic connection with the girl. She doesn't know who the fuck you are. And that is a big problem. So let me know in the comments, what is your biggest takeaway from this video? And if you want to work with me personally so I can help you implement these changes into your dating life, into your whole process for how you communicate with women, then you can go to the link in the description and apply to join the hundreds of guys that I've worked with before to help them get girlfriends, help them get more consistent dates. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.